It was 5 p.m. and I got a call from one of our customers that says, Phil, I just got a call and the police called him and said, my ATM is an illegal operation and they're gonna confiscate it. What do I do? So this type of situation has happened time to time. What I told him next, basically save his business and give him a lot of relief from being stressful. Basic compliance in an ATM business begins with an SLA, Site Location Agreement, Operator Agreement, or we call it a contract. This 3-step process is some of the paperwork that can virtually save your business. The SLA or Location Agreement basically proves that the ATM is your ATM to law enforcement and to landlords. These two people are the ones that are most likely going to say that it's not your ATM, and you have a paperwork now that proves that. In the case with the law enforcement, said that that was the business owners, and he quickly went down the location with the location agreement, showed the law enforcement that it is in fact his ATM, and the cash in the ATM has nothing to do with the business owner. Without an SLA or a contract, in certain environments, there's no way to prove that ATM or the cash in the ATM is yours. In this particular case that we mentioned, what happened was ATF went into the location because the bar owner wasn't paying the sales tax, and they were going to confiscate any money that they could to pay that sales tax deficit. But thank goodness they called my buddy, and then he says, what do I do? I said, just go down there with the location agreement. You can open up the safe, you can show them, but it's your money. And once he went down there, the ATF was fine with they said, oh yeah, I see it, it's your money. But they were trying to confiscate the money in the ATM to pay the bar owner sales tax. That's why they were there. The bar owner quickly said, hey, that's not my ATM. This is the person whose ATM it is. They called my buddy, and then my buddy went down there with the location agreement, and ATF, thank goodness, they were fine with the site location agreement. So without that paperwork, not only will you lose the ATM, but you're gonna lose the money in the ATM. And what I mean by lose the ATM is they could break into the ATM, damaging the ATM. The 3 core principles are get SLAs, get ACH agreements, and get W-9s. These documentations will not only save you money in the beginning, but also make you money down the road. It'll help you grow your business. That way, you don't have to worry about somebody coming behind you and offering a better deal, and then a business owner will kick you out because you have a location agreement. The ACH agreement, how that helps you is when you pay commission every month, you will have to write checks. You have to put a statement in to your envelope with the check, and then either mail it or drop it off. Checks get lost. If you drop it off, the business owner isn't always there. You're constantly looking at, hey, they didn't cash this check. Then the business owner says, I didn't get the check. Then you give another check. And then what happens is they cash both checks. This is a whole nightmare. We don't do checks. We haven't done checks in a long time. We get an ACH agreement up front, and then an email, and then we mail them a statement with the ACH, and it automatically goes in their account. The other thing we do is we get a W-9 in the beginning, because at the end of the year, we have to do taxes. We have to mail them a 1099. If we don't have that tax information, we can't mail them a 1099, and we try to get the tax information or the W-9. A lot of times, then they don't want to give it to us, and it becomes a whole issue. We always get all the documentation in the beginning when they're excited about getting an ATM and having opportunity for their customers to get cash. That's when we get the location agreement. That's when we get the ACH. That's when we get the W-9. We do that all seamlessly, a very flawless process. And that way we have the documentation in case the business owner goes out of business and we need to prove to the landlord. And so at the end of the year, we have to mail them a 1099. We have the documentation, and every month we issue them commission via an ACH. That 5 p.m. call could have ended our customer's business, but instead it made his business stronger. Today, I see compliance differently, not as a burden, but a shield that protects everything we do in the ATM business. Whether you're starting with your first ATM or running a fleet of over 100, the time you think about compliance isn't during a crisis, it's at the beginning of every deal that you go into. So if you're thinking about starting your own profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, I want to invite you to a free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business so you can have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success. You can earn between $250 and $1,500 in passive income every single month. If this sounds interesting to you, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from the ATM Mastermind Group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.